have an update from our intergalactic brothers and sisters, and I'd like to share it with you. Sometimes when I haven't been taken to go on a mission for a while, I get a bit depressed or not sure what the word is. I was going to say isolated, even though I'm surrounded by people, but it's just such an incredible experience that to go for periods of time, stuck back into mainstream society, or the fringes of where I spend most of my time. It's a bit of a downer in comparison. And especially if we keep up to date on what's going on politically, what's going on with the physical planet, it seems like a never-ending avenues of suffering for humankind. Well, I spend most of my time in common consciousness with my guides, with my soul team, with my higher self. I have been blessed beyond my wildest dreams as to what I've been able to accomplish and what I'm able to do in this very imperfect three-dimensional reality and very imperfect three-dimensional body and even mind and, well, not my soul, because everybody's soul is perfect and beautiful and always will be. But anyway, recently I sort of implored my guides and I just said, I really, really, really miss my intergalactic brothers and sisters. Yeah, I get a bit emotional just thinking about it because the love is so beautiful, the atmosphere on the big ships is so lovely. And nobody's afraid. And the amount of cultural freedom, because everyone's in the love harmonic, everyone is interested in everyone's best interest, and it's so great. Anyway, recently I was taken for, it was probably about 3 nights of Earth time, but the experience was more like 3 weeks, I would say, was what it felt like. And I'm gauging that by the amount of experiences and information I was able to get from that experience. But anyway, while I was there, they've asked me to do something that I had wanted to do for a long time, but I didn't have the confidence. We often, because we're ordinary people doing this work and having these experiences, well, it's experiences, I guess, that make us extraordinary. But sometimes it's easy to go, wow, so many people will never believe what happened to me. People will make fun of me. Am I imagining it? Like we do soul searching. Are we imagining this stuff or is it real? And if it's real, what is the proofs that we have that remind us of it being real? And so that's a really good way to determine often, what is real in our reality, because only we know. Ultimately, no one can challenge us on our reality. That's our realm and our reality. It's ours. It's our birthright. It's worth protecting. It's worth holding dear. So anyway, I was on this short mission. It was more just an updating information. Sometimes people are confused by the different attitudes that I say that ET has towards us. And when I say ET, I'm just talking about pretty much anything that's not from this physical three-dimensional world. What I want to tell you is just a couple things. One is that on the very high angelic realms, we are loved, every single one of us, no matter what we've done, no matter what we think we've done, no matter how we perceive, no matter how we behave, no matter what our belief system is. We cannot do wrong because what's unfolding for us in our journey is sacred and part of a huge, big sacred network. And so the thing is that we are known. We are all well known. Not just Karen, not just Dave, not just Augie. We're all known intimately to the point where every hair on our head is known. And so we are loved so deeply and unconditionally from that level. And so when I do my different talks and I'm speaking about, ET, I may be referring to the angelic realms when I'm talking about how loved we are and how sacred our work is. But there's a lot of other realms too. And so the thing is that when I'm on the ships, generally we don't think about or talk about Earth or humans too much. when I'm in meetings doing my ambassador work, I am always using my field of experience, which it's really cool. It's kind of like there's a way to externalize that into a virtual reality, if that makes sense. And I'm not exactly sure how it works, but then others can really get a sense of what it's like to be human if they want to do the virtual reality and pick up on the things that I'm wanting to share about humanity. And that's the really beautiful aspects of us. That's outside of the construct. That's not controllable. That is not, this is an unstoppable force, okay? And of course, the construct is the immovable object, which is being weathered down to a nub and won't be around forever. Yeah, so when I'm there and when I'm doing that kind of work, I am very much educating different beings from even different realms on what it means to be human, because we want to be included in all of this. And we're coming to a time where certain bodies of ways of being are going to just not be here anymore. And this has to do with us correcting the timelines and being quantum mechanics and doing, the work that, the amazing, beautiful work that we do. And those of you who know what I'm talking about, I don't have to explain. And those who don't understand, well, your time's coming. And I'm not going to go into great detail on a lot of this or try to figure out the nuts and bolts mechanics of it all. I'm just going to share with you what I'm compelled to share. And as far as I'm concerned, that's good enough. So anyway, while I was doing the ambassador work and when I was hanging out with my friends and stuff, Earth did come up, people did come up. And one of the things that's really holding humanity back is we've got implants. We've got these etheric implants that are energetic. Some of them have been placed by different, maybe ETs, thousands of years and had it entered into our genetic code. Some of it, which is three-dimensional, but some of it is definitely fourth, fifth, even sixth. You'd be surprised that at that point they still want to, at whatever point those beings, whatever their motive, doesn't matter, wanted to implant us with energetic, either diagnostic equipment to monitor us, or to do experiments where they're, it's not just one ET that's done experiments on humanity. You got to understand, this is very complex on many, many different levels. And I'm just doing my best as an ordinary person to pass this information on to you. So getting back with these implants, these are energetic implants. And the only way to have them disengage and removed from us is through frequency and through the right kind of frequency elements, which energetically will, combine with us, not to mention our own belief system and our willingness to have this work for us. They can be eliminated, and there's a few different sources that you can go to for that. More on this later. The other thing is we also have all kinds of genetic stuff that's been done to us, manipulation. And I just give you one simple example. I think the big apes have one more chromosome than we do. And why would that be? It's because somebody eliminated the stuff that would cause problems from overlapping and just redundant information, and basically created one gene out of two. So that's just one example. And I, for one, don't really want to undo that or mess with that, because I'm pretty happy being the kind of being that I am right now, especially with the incredible things that we can do once we wake up. So anyway, long story short, they want me to work with them, and I'm in the process of doing that now, to come up with a remedy to introduce to humanity. It's not the only way. There are many ways to raise your frequency, but this is a pretty cool way to get you started. Anyway, so I'm just working on that right now, and I just want y'all to know about it. That's all I want to say about it. I'm not going to give any details, because until it's fully manifested, you see, because we all connect on etheric and on consciousness levels, I don't want any input, or I don't want to be giving out any information, basically uploading or downloading anything about it right now, because it's in its incubation, and I want to only work with my guides on this right now. But I will be getting back to all of you. But I want you to know that, most of the time, the different ETs on the different journeys I go on and missions and things, no, we don't really talk about humans. A lot of humans are not really That's not the source of conversation that would build up our energy or make us feel good or be part of the vibe that's happening within the community that I'm in with while I'm, doing off-world missions. And so that's mainly why. Although there are some exceptional humans that from time to time might come up, generally I would bring them up to add my cultural heritage to the mix as we're communicating about different things. There are some exceptional humans, and I don't know what to say about that. Just there are. I'm not saying that you guys are not important. You really are, but until you wake up and do unfortunately, the discomfort of evolving, these beings are more spiritual than us, healthier, more technologically advanced. They also are not the only beings out there. This is just a tip of a huge thing. I mean, we're coming to the point now where I understand that all the different ET experiences are real, and there's different reasons why they happen the way they do. I'm not saying they're good, pleasant, or that they should even be happening, but I'm just saying there's a lot going out. It's a huge galaxy, and there are beings that have been around for a really long time, and trust me, they screw up the way we screw up, and they're evolving too. So anyway, I know I'm rambling a bit on here, but I want to tell you another interesting thing, just a really quick kind of interesting thing regarding Dave Emmons. And Dave is a friend of mine, a new friend of mine, and we met on Forbidden Knowledge News with Chris Matthew. And, something familiar about Dave. There was just something familiar about him, but I couldn't put my finger on it, right? And then recently he was on, I interviewed him on my show, The Quantum Guide Show on YouTube. And after that, I just felt so comfortable with him. I thought, I know this guy, but I know I've never met him. Anyway, it's so cool. Anyway, long story short, because I don't always remember everything from when I'm off world, because it's a lot, I was just thinking, why do I feel so familiar about Dave? And then all of a sudden I remembered that last mission, the one where we were talking about whatever, exploring humanity and the issue of implants. Dave was on that mission with me. He doesn't know it. I haven't told him, so don't tell Dave. But I'm going to tell Dave that yeah, he was on that mission with me and he doesn't remember. And Dave, oh my God, I really encourage you next time you do regression work, do it regarding the off-world work that I do and see if you can find me. It would be so cool to do that. So anyway, everybody, I guess that's it for now, and just take care and, be excellent to each other. Okay. Wishing you the best day ever. Bye-bye.